Hi, this is Dave Chenault of Skylight Systems, and this is a short tour of SideKick365-xRM. This video is made to help you during your evaluation of the product. On the left side, you're going to notice the main modules within our system. And right now, we've got all of them lit up so that you can do a quick evaluation of them. Everything from account and opportunity management all the way through marketing events that you can track to particular accounts, events, or different things that you're doing in the system to see how effective your marketing campaign was. On the bottom are items related to security. These would normally not be available to your users, but they're highlighted for your evaluation. So let's take a quick dive and see what we've got on the front page, and then we'll go into each of the particular sections to take a look at functionality. The front page has basic announcement capabilities and a graph showing what you've booked versus what you've projected for sales. The bookings come out of your account information, and they can be tied to your ERP system. Projected comes out of the opportunities, and it's a summary of all the different items that you've got projected in a given month. We also have a calendar that shows appointments that you've set up. We call those meetings, and tasks that are also in the process for that month. And you can see a quick summary of some of the different tasks coming up as well. Then we have your open opportunities that are assigned to you as the Sales East person, open tasks that have been assigned to you, projects that you're working on, and then a summary of the projected revenue in your pipeline. So the front page has a lot of information on it, and you can double click on any of these items here to go directly into it. But let's use the navigation on the left. Let's take a look at accounts. The accounts module has different items that you're working with in terms of being a prospect or a customer. So as you can see, I have one customer in my system today, and let's look and see what makes them a customer. It's Delight Burgers, and the main contact there is Teddy Roosevelt. Also notice that while it's opening up, I've got an icon here that'll let me dial right through my computer using Link. So what makes this a customer is looking on the More Info tab, I can see there's an ERP ID field. And what you'll notice is the ERP ID field is filled out with a value that's come from your ERP system. So whenever you pop in the values to this field, it turns this account into a customer. And it's as simple as that. Let's take a look at some other accounts in the system and look at some opportunities that are associated with those. And you can see there's two tabs. One is sort of the front page information you use day to day, and then More Info is going to take you into additional information about this particular account. But let's look back at the account listing, and let's go to Hudson Baking. Now Hudson Baking is currently a prospect, and the main contact is Omri Caspi, and his email is also listed here. But I want to take a look at the opportunities that are associated with this particular prospect of ours. And I can do that easily by clicking on the Ops tab. And let's go ahead and do that. So I can see I have one opportunity that is associated with this particular account. Now I could also go there from the opportunity list. And we'll look at that. And there it is right there, the same one. But I've gone in through the account. I've selected here to Hudson Baking. And I've selected the Ops. Our philosophy was it should be 3 clicks or less to anything in the system. So you can see how we did that. Accounts, went to this particular account with the Ops, and now I want to open up that account. Or I could just go straight into the Opportunity tab to see it as well. So let's take a look at that opportunity. By clicking on it, I'm now going to see that this is all the information about the opportunity itself. We could have it list line items as well, which is done on this particular format. And this is a very interesting tab here. This is revenue. And what revenue is it shows you when you're going to pull in the actual dollars, when you're projecting to pull in the dollars from this opportunity. This is a really great feature of our system because it's very common that you might have an opportunity that spans many months. So instead of having an entry for every month, you can just come in here and put the amount that you're going to bill each month that you're projecting, and that'll roll up into your pipeline projections. We can also look at any people associated with the opportunity on the Contacts tab. And there's Omri. We've already got him there. And we can see more information about him simply by clicking here. And it'll take a second to bring up his record. We can get more information about his office phone and email, etc. Okay? But we'll go back over to the opportunities. Let's take a look at this one again to finish out the tabs across the top. You can also see any meetings that have happened, any tasks, any documents associated with this, emails you've attached, where it is in the sales process, and any coaching you might have, projects you've got associated with this, and any notes. And let's go take a look at the notes, because that's a pretty interesting section of our product. You can see all the notes anywhere in the system by selecting the notes entry here. And what these are is they're just little records of things you want to jot down. So here's a good phone call we had with a lead. It's a note from the Dairy Queen Willows Glen lead, and it's just a phone call we had. So let's look and see how that looks in the leads section. By clicking on leads, I can go see that lead if I want to, and we'll click on the notes tab to read that note. Now we could also go in through the notes list, but let's just go this backdoor way sort of to take a look at it. And there's the good phone call information. And I'll take a look at the note. So the note's now loaded, and they're great because you can just put information about it and associate these with different things in the system. Let's go back over to the notes listing as well. And rather than having to go into the lead to see it, I could just click on this link here. It'll take me to the same place. So I hope what you're starting to see is that there's a lot of ways to get around the system to move between sections, either with a left nav bar or with tabs within a particular item. Let's look at contacts. They're very interesting. Contacts are people that we're tracking in the system that I'm able to see. And what's interesting about these is we can attach these people to different things in the system. So let's look at Omri, because we just saw him at Hudson Baking. And we have a tab here called All Activity. This tab shows how we know Omri. We have him attached to the account, and we also have him attached to the opportunity around the baking mitt sale. So if I ever go out to dinner, maybe I've attached him to several opportunities. This might be a rep that works for many different companies, or it might be associated with many different deals. And so you can associate this person just by linking them in, and I'll show you how to do that right now. Let's go to an opportunity, and let's go back to that oven mitts, and let's go ahead and add in a contact. How would I do that? I just go to my Contacts tab. I say Add New Contact, and I'll have a screen pop up here that'll show me all the people currently in my system. And I could pick Teddy Roosevelt. It'll pick him up. And now Teddy would be attached to this particular opportunity, okay, just by hitting the Save button. So I don't really want to do that because he's part of the DT Burger account, but that's okay. We would just hit OK and he would be associated. But that's how simple it is. Let's go take a look at projects. This is a very interesting screen as well. Projects are buckets of information in the system that you can attach to a lead, to an opportunity, or to an account. Or they can stand alone. And they're very useful. These are sort of like super folders. And what you can do is you can attach notes to them, emails, documents, links on the web, people, etc. So they're really very useful to organize a lot of information in a very simple way, and then either have them stand alone or attach. I use these all the time for different training and plannings that I'm doing. So you can see different meetings that I have set up, different tasks that I have set up, notes that I've got, documents, people, etc. in the system. And it's a very handy thing to have. So again, if I wanted to, I could add additional people, add tasks, add notes. And let's go ahead and do that. Let's go into Notes. I can do it here or from the other screen. Let's add a note. So I say Add New Note. And you'll see here it's got the Prepare Proof of Concept, and I will say, had a good phone call with Lumens. And I could just put in details about that phone call. Great call. And I'll save it. Now I could also assign a task, a follow-up task here. And I could say, call Bob at Lumens about the deal. And I could put additional information here. And I could assign a due date. And I'll put that on the 30th by 5 o'clock. I should do that. And I'll actually make it meaningful. Call Bob to check on the PO for the Lumens project. Okay, and I'll go back to the note. I'll create the task. I'll go back to my note. The type actually is going to be a phone call. So let's hit this and hit save. So now what is going to happen is it's going to create a task for me. It's also going to create a note for me. And it's going to attach both of these into that project that I've called this proof of concept for the light bulb lumens. Let's look at the tasks associated with this. I should see a task listed here as soon as the page refreshes. And then also on my main page, I'll see whatever tasks I've been assigned. So this is a great way to move around the system, to quickly add information about a particular project you're working on, assign tasks, assign notes, all those kind of things. So very useful, very powerful capability in our system. And tasks can integrate in with tasks that you have in Outlook as well if you need it. So now you can see I have my new task created, and if I go to my home page, I can look and see if that task is on the home page as well. So come on down here, take a look, and we should see some new tasks here on the 30th, and there's Call Bob about the Lumens deal. Okay, so it's very easy to move around the system. You can add tasks and things. So how do I make something new in the system? Let me go in and just show you how I'd make a new project. So project is very simple. I just select create new. It'll come up with a new screen for me. I could say demo of SideKick365. And I'll give it an ID. And this is actually very useful. If you ever have to synchronize things with Outlook, which you can do here, maybe you want to synchronize the documents here, the ID you put in here will show up in your Outlook folders list. So it's good to put in something meaningful here. Let's just say its project ID is going to be a SideKick demo. And I'll do 365 here. And the start date, end date, I don't know how to put in. And it's not going to be related to anything. It's a standalone. So this is stuff I have to get ready for the demo. And I'll save it. Okay, so now when I come into my projects list, I'm going to see this new project that I just created. It's called SideKick365 Demo. There it is. And I can open it up and then go ahead and start adding content to it. Okay. Similarly, I can come in here and add in an account. So let's do that. You'll see how simple it is. And I can make a new account here. This is the title of the account. It's a prospect, the phone, etc. Source is interesting. This is on a lot of places in the system. These are different marketing events. So maybe you've done a seminar, maybe you're doing a telemarketing campaign, etc. You can note that this prospect came from that campaign and then see a summary of all the different activities that were generated from that one campaign you did. You can put in a contact here by just typing and it'll add a new master contact, or you can just put in an existing contact here. It'll pick up the information automatically for you. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I hope you've seen that SideKick365-xRM is a very powerful system. It lets you track all of your sales activity. It also has a lot more capabilities around managing projects and marketing events, and is quite a useful platform for you to develop solutions around. So I'll be building more demos for the video that you can see in more detail how to set security, how to set up different marketing events, and those kind of things. So thanks very much for your time. This is Dave Chenault of Skylight